Good morning, students. Let's start with the next chapter, that is light. Every morning, as we wake up and open our eyes, we see the colorful and beautiful world around us. How does this happen? You have studied in class 6th that light is a form of energy which causes the sensation of vision when it reaches our eyes. That means the sunlight or the light from any source falls on an object and then it bounces back to our eyes. And this is how we are able to see the various objects around us. So, when light by any means does not reach our eyes, it cannot be seen. So, we'll see what is the difference between ray and beam of light. A ray of light and beam of light. A very narrow stream of light showing the direction of path taken by the light is called a ray. Okay, so a ray is a very narrow stream of light, and rays are represented with arrows on them, as you can see in the figure here. Now, a beam is a stream of light energy which is broader and represented by number of rays. Okay, so as I told you, this is a very narrow stream of light, ray, and beam is a broader stream of light, and it can be represented by parallel, converging or diverging rays. Okay, converging means when it comes and converges to one point, एक point पे जब मिलते हैं, that is called as converging, and diverging means to diverge. Okay, that is to spread out in different direction. Converging means to come and meet at one point, and diverging means to get scattered or to spread out in different directions. Okay, now you have already studied about these terms. Luminous objects, you all know objects that has the property of emitting light. They are called as luminous. Sun, bulbs, candles, they all are luminous. Opacity, it is the measure of extent when an object does not allow light to pass through it. You have studied already this in class 6. Translucent, permitting the passage of light in such a way that an object cannot be seen clearly through it. That is frosted glass. Okay, and then we come to transparent objects. Now, transparent objects means the objects through which light can pass very easily, and it can be seen very clearly through these substances. For example, glass. And non-luminous objects are the objects which do not emit their own light. Okay, like a reflector in the lamp, the moon, they do not have, it is a non-luminous object. Now, rectilinear propagation of light, this also you have studied in class 6, that light always travels in a straight line. For this, an activity is given. What you have to do, you have to place a bulb or a candle and look through it through a straight rubber tube. You will be able to see the bulb or the candle flame. And if you look at this same bulb with a bent tube, you will see that you are not able to see you won't be able to see the bulb or the candle. So what does this prove? This proves that light always travels in a straight line. And what is it called as? It is called as rectilinear propagation of light. Okay, rectilinear propagation means the property of light to travel in a straight path. Then we come to reflection of light. Now what happens when what does an object do to the light that falls on it? Now see, some objects allow the light to pass through it, like through a glass. Then there are in some cases what happens is the light is fully absorbed. This occurs in the case of opaque objects. Okay, opaque objects absorb the light, like for example a wood. And then in the third category, there are some cases like in the case of a mirror. Now when light hits a mirror, it bounces back the light into the same medium from where it is coming. Okay, so these are the three things that can happen. Either light passes through completely, or light is absorbed, or light is reflected. So now we'll see what is reflection. Now reflection, just now I told you, when light falls on a surface, light bounces off the surface. Okay, light आया इस surface पे, when it comes and hits this surface, it bounces back. So this is called as reflection of light. So now whenever light falls on a smooth surface, whenever it falls on a smooth surface, the surface reflects the light in a very defined manner. You can see whenever it's coming and hitting, it is going regularly. So this kind of reflection is called as regular reflection, and regular reflection takes place in a mirror. Okay, where does this take place? It takes place in a mirror, regular reflection. Now on the other hand, if light falls on any rough or uneven surface, you can see here the surface is rough. So what will happen? The light will come and fall on the surface, but it gets scattered in all direction. क्योंकि surface rough है तो इधर उधर पूरा फैल जाएगा. So this kind of reflection is called as diffused reflection or irregular reflection. Now diffused reflection does not give rise to image. इसमें proper image दिखता नहीं है. So diffused reflection can take place on a wall, a rough wood piece, benches, tables, anything which is not even, rough. Okay. Then here the plane mirror that is used at our homes is made up of a sheet of glass. Okay, the mirror that we use at home is made up of a sheet of glass which is silvered on one side. एक साइड में उसका सिल्वर्ड होता है, then which is then coated with colored paint. So what does the glass do? The glass offers a smooth surface and silvering makes it shiny, and the paint reduces the transmission of light and protects the silvering. Okay, so a mirror is represented as a line with small oblique lines PQ. Okay, here in this figure, this is a mirror. Okay, so this is a plane mirror. So in this mirror, as I told you, there is a glass, then a silver coating, and then after that there is a paint. So now we'll study what are the terms used during the reflection of light. The first one is the incident ray. Now what is incident ray? Incident ray means the incoming light ray falling on the reflecting surface. ये जो light का जो ray है which comes and falls on any surface. Okay, this O, this is the incident ray here. Okay, the second term used is the reflected ray. Now reflected ray, as I told you, the ray of light, when incident ray comes and hits, it bounces back in the same medium. Okay, and so this is reflected ray. So OB is the reflected ray. Then we have got the third term that we use is normal. So if you make a line making an angle of 90 degree, perpendicular line, okay, with the reflecting surface at point, जहाँ पे incident ray and reflected ray where they are meeting, if you draw a line perpendicular, so this line is called as the normal. Okay. Then the next term used is point of incidence. Point of incidence means it is the point where the light strikes and reflect back. ठीक है, right, incident ray strikes and then जहाँ से reflect हो रहा है. So this point O is the point of incidence. The angle of incidence is the angle between the incident ray and the normal. This is incident ray. जिसको एंगल आई लिखा गया है. ओके, इट्स क्लियर इन द फिगर. So this is angle of incidence and then the angle of reflection. Okay, the angle between the reflected ray and the normal is called as the angle of reflection. So this is R. Okay, so this is the angle of reflection. So angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. I hope children that this much is clear to all of you. Read the chapter properly, and if you have got any doubt, you can contact me. Thank you.